Well, good morning, everyone. I hope that everyone had a good night's rest and is ready to go and do some shoulders. Okay, so let's just get to it. Um, it's a little early today for my writer and producer, director, and presenter. So they didn't get my dumbbells ready. Or move that so that I could walk like a little bit closer. I mean, I guess I could just go right here. Just cuts off the tip of my head. All right, 50-pound dumbbells. No warm up, and I do not recommend that, but I'm very angry this morning, and I don't want my rage to turn into depression. So go slow. It's okay to go heavy right away. You just go slow. That's why I'd still do it, even though it's not recommended because most people would just try to go hardcore and just hurt themselves. Keep your form. Uh, uh, All right. Okay. It's so funny. I check my hair. I should do that before I go on camera. It tells you how ridiculous I feel about all of media and YouTubers and just that fake persona that they put out. Just be real, just be you. And if people want to buy it, then you can easily be the happiest person in the world if you're going to live off of this. People that are being fake, most of them you're seeing now over time are fizzling the fuck out. Oh, my left shoulder, damn it. Why did that hurt? I am so sick of this fucking video game injury. Ugh. Ugh. Now I'm powering through it. I don't recommend this. Damn it. Seriously. Yeah. No, I gotta go lighter. God damn it! Cock sucking Metzafanook. Cock sucking motherfucker. Sorry for the French. Especially first thing in the morning. But when you have PTSD like I do, you wake up in a war zone and ready to go. That's why I don't ever really need coffee. I don't understand morning people that don't or can't wake up or anything. I wake up because I'm already at 10 fight or flight, and then there's literally no waking up more than that. It's like going in using the salts. Which I still don't understand why hockey players do it. Why don't they just get burnt and just pay attention? That's why I know for a fact I'd be one of the best hockey players ever. And I know that the moment that everything is reaction time, and everything is subconscious when it comes to hockey. They do drills over and over and over and over and over again. That's why Crosby is the best player to ever live, because no man in the world has ever put as much time into his role on the hockey rink or all around, because he likes to fuck around. So, and if he's spending literally all day, every day on the ice, more than any other man in the entire world, or female, or human being, is what I should have said. Cut that part out. He spends more time on the ice than any other human being. Doesn't matter otherwise, because he does that. And when you do that, you just... That is what Hollywood confuses with muscle memory. It's just your subconscious. There's no fucking such thing as muscle memory when it comes to reaction time or anything. Especially fucking fighting. That's the dumbest shit in the world. Like, especially if you go to the basics of any type of martial arts, to pass belts, you have to memorize, like, synchronized, I want to say salutes, but synchronized, blanking. Poses. Why the fuck couldn't I? Yeah. Cut that part out. Yeah. In martial arts, everyone has to go and do synchronized poses to pass their belts. So why would you need why would that be muscle memory? That's just your subconscious that's studying and memorizing so that your brain knows it. Most of the time, you're just looking at it when you're learning it. You're not actually going and sitting there and going, okay, this and then that, until you have already memorized it. People are so fucking stupid. That's why Hollywood went to shit 15 years ago. Except for literally The Boys and anything Danny McBride is involved in. And that is a fucking fact, not my opinion. Alright, let's do some 35s because I'm injured. Ugh. So sick of this fucking injury. Seriously, I want my shoulders to be like fucking big basketballs. Not just fucking like handheld ones. Which, if you're like almost 7 feet tall, they are handheld, but it's different. Okay, that feels better. Pump out a bunch of these and actually get a good shoulder press workout that doesn't hurt. Hee hee. Look at my butt. You know, I was just thinking, because of my rant about PTSD, literally, it's been an issue since the Vietnam War. And then I thought about how badly everyone treated the soldiers that came home. And because literally it was a losing war. Technically, we lost that war because it was constant guerrilla warfare in their territory. They literally ruined their entire land to be a war field, and we tried to invade it. It's like we were invading a shellless area. Like we were trying to eliminate people that were literally living on the minimal needs just so that they could have defensory all around them. It made no sense whatsoever. And the whole thing is so fucked up is that they were fucking drafted. These motherfuckers were drafted. And then when you think, like, okay, yeah, and then everyone found out about the atrocities that the American soldiers did because of the fact that they literally just went through fucking guerrilla warfare hell to the point where they're literally insane. Because if you have to go through that type of like treachery of terrain and having that many booby traps and being at like, never mind like at a 10, at an 11, with sensory deprivation awareness and everything, like all of that at a max, like all your sensors are all maxed out. You are worn the fuck out and then some, and then you've gotten energy but haven't recovered mentally, and you just go off, and then you're literally a walking lunatic, even if you're the most intelligent of people. And back then it was just men, so the most intelligent of men. Like, you would literally go off and you would literally do the most insane, horrific things that you wanted to do to your enemy, to anyone that won't kill you back. So they did horrific shit to their women and everything because, of course, they abandoned them or were killed. You know, that's how they got to there, because they were defending their land and all their men were murdered. So obviously they did horrific things to the women, which isn't like, you know, Nazi Germany or Russia or the USSR, because they had, you know, tanks, you know, they had, you know, it wasn't guerrilla warfare. It wasn't like in trenches. Like, I mean, they had trenches, but they weren't like, you know, wild forests and crazy jungles all over the fucking place. Like, not over the place, like just all around you. Like, you weren't in the heart of the jungle. It wasn't like you're fucking like in Predator. And unless you're fucking Arnold, which not one of those men were, because they were drafted, not one of them was fit to go to war. And then the fucked up part is that people gave them shit when they came back. And the really fucked up part about it, what they didn't even fucking acknowledge, is the fact that every person that did and enjoyed those fucked up things that they did in the country after they went and invaded just stayed there. Like, America was already so fucking dumb at Vietnam War times that they, I mean, I understand, like, you know, the ignorance because you don't have technology and all that, and then the fact that we have cell phones, technically, like a child now that has played with a cell phone for a few hours is more intelligent than the most intelligent person, like, you know, 100 years ago or whatever, or 20 or 80 years ago, not 20. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's all, you know, that's all relevant, but still, people were so dumb to not realize that if they really enjoyed doing all this shit, they wouldn't have come home. No one that did any of those really fucked up things, and yeah, which on which, when I was explaining it, I was trying to put you in the rationale of a normal person that would never do those fucked up things, but then was pushed to insanity, and then it come to find out they're capable of those things. But people that aren't capable came home. People that were capable of doing it and living and then thriving stayed, because it was like, why give up a kingdom? You just took over this whole fucking area. It's not like people were going to invade you. You had way better military equipment, and all you had to do is just go back through like where you came and collect all your buddies' weapons, and you'd be stocked up for years. Like, and then you could just literally have the women who probably paid attention to a lot of shit go over and tell you, and then probably the young children, like the boys and girls in the camp, to go and tell you where the traps are, and then you fortify them in places where they literally would then fortify you in your own little kingdom. So they never fucking came home. So those people that hated on all the Vietnam vets and they never got any health care and were on streets and became drug addicts because they weren't given any medication whatsoever to deal with PTSD, because it actually horrified them seeing their close actual friends that they just like fought, you know, for their lives with. So they all became brothers. And then watching them go on to do atrocities, and then having to go and not do or say anything because you're fucking afraid of them. And then you come home and you're spit on and hated on, and you literally have nowhere to go, and you're on the streets. Can you believe that shit? Because they technically lost the war. They lost the war because it was the wrong type of war for the wrong type of people. Oh my God, like seriously. When you live in that type, like they should have like only hired mountain men or something. That would have been the closest comparison. And even then they probably all would have been massacred. Or mountain women, whatever. Like, you know, just like, you know, people that live in the wilderness would be the only way to fight people that live in the wilderness. And that's the end of my rant. I just wanted to give my shoulders a little bit of time for. I took some medicine to stop with inflammation. So, and then blood left my shoulders, which is always allowed because shoulders are not one of those muscles that can't be easily refilled full of blood. That was easy. I used to love the bench at the local gym before it became extremely expensive because the owner had a divorce and his wife like ran the thing, and then it was a whole messy divorce, and she was technically kind of a hooer. I mean, literally after 2 months of me lifting at like 19 years old, she hit on me, and she was like 48 or something like that, and was already on my Facebook stalking all my photos because I blew up like a balloon because I was 19, so it was like I was on human growth hormone. But yeah, I think about it now, like, that is the dumbest fucking gym ever. Like, I only had a membership there because that's where I started lifting, and it was actually only $300 for a year. Now it's like $300 for like 3 months. And it's like, what the fuck? Because it's not even a bodybuilder's gym anymore. They tried to go and make it a fucking Planet Fitness and then some, and it's not the universal 24 hours or any of the positivities of a Planet Fitness. So it's like, the fuck? All you did was add and then they got rid of all the equipment that was better than fucking Planet Fitness. Literally the exact fucking, found out or knew something and was able to just buy that piece of machinery. It probably went in one of the owner's houses or something. But seriously, that shoulder machine was fucking perfect. You can move the bench completely straight up so you could just do straight shoulder presses, and I do the whole fucking bench. That's how my shoulders got fucking amazing, like in 2 months. That's why I was literally, she's like, are those like edited pictures, like the owner of the gym? And I'm like, oh, the owner of the gym's wife. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm only 19 years old, and how do you know I'm not a member? Or this is like uh the very beginning of Facebook. So like very beginning, like we were still using MySpace, like for real. And but it was just turning into like a music bullshit app. And for like just terrible artists to just post their stuff like they're official, which was awful. I found out that this is so random. I feel like I'm ADHD right now, but it's off topic. But I went on MySpace one time after like being with my friends for like the last 6 or 7 months. Established a rap name and had a whole rap label and everything, and had like 3 albums that I made, and then go on and see that this guy has digitally posted everything and set and put copyrights next to all of us shit, so that he had his rap name copyrighted. And it's not like Copyright, one of the best rappers ever. Only in his, back in the beginning of his rap career. Like, pretty much, like his OH10 like level albums, where he really like that, like pretty much like 5 or to say 7 years after Copyright started, he sucked real bad. But that's because he like just sounded like a mainstream rapper, which just isn't good. It's just not good music. So yeah, I gotta stop doing this shit, and I promise I'd never do it again. But I can't help but have the endorphins flowing and want to go and share whatever pops in and out of my head. Most of it's useless knowledge. It's mostly what you'll get on here. Just useless knowledge and ramblings of a borderline lunatic. And that's just because I'm a genius. And that's not like, because, everyone that's like, oh, I'm smarter than everyone, and really they're like psychopaths and just really, really stupid, so they don't know they're stupid. So they think they're smart. And that's because too many people had to tell them nicely that they are smart. Just so that they didn't kill themselves. Or, not prosper. Oh, I don't want to do 35s again. Oh. That really wore me out. Completely forgot what I was saying, so I'm sorry. If it comes to me, I'll say it again. Or it's just the point. Again, 25 pounds. Stupid table. Oh yeah. Reminds me of it. Yeah, you'd have the bench down like this, and you just like go boom, 200 pounds. Or it was like 230. It's like boom, 230, 230, 230, 230. It was awesome. It was like the best bench ever. And they had the best preacher curl bench ever, because it was like a tiny, perfect V. It wasn't a wide V like they have at Planet Fitness, which most Planet Fitnesses don't even have. Which, not most, some Planet Fitnesses don't even have. I don't know most. some here on my shoulder. I'll be using 15s instead of 25s again. But yeah, the ones in my local gym, that costs like a small fucking fortune to have a membership at. Oh yeah, and by the time, oh, I can't, never mind. I just sound like an idiot. Blah, blah, blah. Oh. Oh yeah, my elbows are at 90 degrees. And they're just tucked at my side, and I'm just flaring. Alright, this one I'll just do like this. Yeah, so the local gym doesn't even have that close grip V or that shoulder press machine. They have the worst version of a shoulder press machine and that Planet Fitness, worse than Planet Fitness's, and they have a super wide, it's like comes out like that, and then you like do curls like this. It's like using like a wide preacher curl bar. It's like, no, I want closed grip, like boom, 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 boom. I miss doing those. And you can't do it with a long bar because then you're doing this the whole time. But I do have to make it so there's no misconception. Everyone's smart at certain things. Period. Everyone. Whatever they're passionate about and want to put more effort in than anyone else could be the smartest at anything. Unless, you know. And then that's another thing I have to point out. Everyone says that I sound like I whine or make excuses. It's like, no, I just make observations and then put logic to cause and effect. Everyone says excuse, I say cause. And then I haven't gotten to the effect part, so I haven't wrapped my head or enlightened. It's like, oh my God, people are so fucking just, I'm not even gonna say stupid anymore, just dull or dim. Because, yeah, just dim. I'm not gonna say stupid at all anymore. I'm gonna try to stop saying that permanently. But seriously, people are so thick. That sounds funny. I'm not in that side of the country, so I can't just say that. Not country, world. See, now I sound stupid. I sound like I'm an idiot. Whatever. Actually, idiot's okay, because, because a show I absolutely love. Which up until just recently was completely non-biased politically. Which sucks because they're like, you know, really at the point where they can just thrive because anything they do is absolute gold because they know what's been done, because they either did it or it's just been done so many times that they're never going to do it because of their originality. But yeah, I don't know. When you go and become biased about something that people by majority don't agree with, it kind of ruins you. That's just a fact. If your biases is against the majority, which it's, I guess, coming to find out, majority of the population is starting to wake up from the fog. I mean, yeah. But still, they lack so much discipline. That's all I'm gonna say. They lack discipline. Woo! I'm getting a good workout in. Despite my injury. Ooh. I forgot I was in camera. I gotta stop taking too much time in between. Not because of the fact alone that I should, keep my blood pressure up for a healthy workout. But just the fact that I sit around and think, and I'm my own worst enemy if I haven't gotten through a full routine and completely worn myself out of glycogen and taking, my meds, and which I mean I already did, but to not like have it become some type of a depression, I have to literally wear my body out at least once a day because of the shit I'm dealing with and the people that piss me off, and the fact that if I wasn't dealing with them, I'd still be just suffering from PTSD, so I'd still wake up like at 100, ready to go. That's why, seriously, try to break into my house, motherfuckers, ever. I'll even leave the door unlocked. No, I won't, but seriously, try to break into my house. I sometimes fascinate about that. Just having the opportunity to go just full on, like, I guess the best, I would normally say full on Jason Bourne, but that's, a British term. So, I guess full on, and oh yeah, you gotta adapt with American culture today. So, what? It would be, Keanu Reeves, what's those stupid movies? Only the first one was good. Whatever. I'm glad that I forgot that. It took a while to forget that, but now I have to force myself to remember because it's brain training, which sucks because it's a terrible fact. And it's on the tip of my tongue, too. So I'll remember it in a second. John Wick. But technically, he didn't really have a battle inside of his home either. So, Home Alone. He didn't even have a real, like, weapons battle either. So, I gotta think about that. I can't. I don't know. Actually, I don't think they've ever made a movie about that. I mean, they made movies where you have to get into like a crime lord's house, but that's not an everyday civilian. All right, front lateral and side lateral raises. Hear that cracking? It's the injury in my left shoulder. All from fucking video games. But yeah, okay, so technically, I have to go and talk about this because there's no room for misinterpretation. No one has completely torn apart and ripped Keanu Reeves a new one for doing John Wick, honestly, because of the fact that, for one, he was the one when we were all children, and two, I mean, anyone who, matters now, which are, terrible people by majority, and millennials are just fucking disgusting, which they raise the next generation, so they're even worse. So, why am I doing this? Oh, I could do with these. Oh, okay, not really. Yeah. Millennials are the worst generation ever, period, ever. Period. Until that generation after that. And then subsequently, the next generation has to be even worse. Or it could be an awakening. I don't know. We'll see how much violence happens in the world because of one political party. And then let's see how much manipulation and all of the media and what we have perceived as facts, as lies, and we'll see what is and what isn't one day. And then we'll be able to maybe prosper again. That's all that matters. I mean, yeah, because really is what parents before millennials is why millennials are this way, because there's a cause and effect for everything. Because of boomers, millennials are terrible people, because boomers were raised by parents that only showed affection with a swift hand. Like my dad. My dad was never taught a lesson intellectually fucking ever. 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 I miss that movie, Sandlot. And that's it. And I'm calling that movie out, actually saying it, because that movie was so great. And if you just want to watch like a baseball movie that's just totally feel good and hilarious, and you'll love it, even though it's like pure nostalgia for people that have seen it. Come on. Sorry, I'm talking, so I feel like I'm not like, because I've noticed that when you talk, you waste oxygen. I've been told that I waste oxygen because I'll ramble on, and I don't like necessarily. Actually, the only person that said that to me is my father. And that's because he's the only person I've ever been afraid of. Think what you will. Yeah, talking instead of lifting is lacking discipline. All right, well, that was that part of shoulders. And I should have hit pause. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut for the rest of the video. I may not be rambling any longer in this video, but I have to be informational. These are 45-pound dumbbells, and we are using our traps, which is a muscle in between the neck and the shoulder, which is technically part of your shoulder and part of your neck, which is why you have to be careful, not do too much weight, and the moment that you feel a pinch, stop immediately. And that would be right in the middle of your back. Pretty much just try to bring your shoulders to the sky as high as you can. And then when I do this, it's like kind of the equivalent to fireman walking, but being lazy. And not putting, actually, no, it's not being lazy. It's just, I think it's actually more intelligent because I'm not putting blood into my calves, which I think is just stupid when you want to hear. I guess it's a way to, you know, not have lactic acid build up in your muscles, which is a problem with bodybuilders, and I am dealing with it now, where if I get such a pump, if I try to burn out after I get the pump, I notice that like my last bicep routine was my quickest ever bicep routine, because I thought I ripped my biceps because I literally couldn't lift them anymore. But technically they hurt that day and they were fatigued all that day, so I didn't try to work them out again. But the next day, it's like I didn't even work out my biceps. It's because I had too much lactic acid buildup, and I just kept pushing them until I literally couldn't lift them anymore, and didn't let the lactic acid release at all. And you have to do that with muscles when they get to a certain size, which I am now learning. Not necessarily learning, remembering. I haven't had to know these facts since I was semi-professional. You sandbagging son of a bitch. So it's how, like, when you know I'm in a good mood or whatever, or if I've worked out my rage before turning into depression, is I just get silly, start giggling and shit, and then I get humble and don't want to talk shit anymore or run my mouth at all. I don't want to offend anyone. Ever. And I'm not suffering from PTSD. Ever. And honestly, if you can wish death on another human being, you no longer have rights being in a civilized society, period. This was Bodybuilding by Holobic. Come at me, motherfucker. Which is my traditional sign off for every shoulder routine. Just cause, like, boom, bitch. Come at me. Like, seriously. Feels good. Whew. All right. Now start my day. What a great way to start a day when you look fucking like a Greek god. Never mind, fantastic. Okay. This is Bodybuilding by Holobic. I'll see you next time.